Hi boys and girls. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about Christmas. Now we've already talked about other winter holidays. As you can see, I'm dressed for winter. I'm ready to go play in the snow. But other winter holidays we've talked about are Hanukkah and Kwanzaa. So today I want to talk a little bit about Christmas. And just a little bit because I'm going to talk more about Christmas next week. So today I want to talk about gift giving. And we associate Christmas, a lot of us do, with giving gifts. But I want to talk about how maybe a lot of gifts or big gifts or great gifts isn't so important. So I want to read to you a story. It's called The Smallest Gift of Christmas. And it's written by Peter H. Reynolds. And I think I've mentioned before, he's one of my very favorite authors. So he's written another great book, boys and girls. Let's listen. The Smallest Gift of Christmas. Roland was eager for Christmas Day. He raced downstairs to see what was waiting for him. But when he saw his present, he was not impressed. It was the smallest gift he had ever seen. He had waited the whole year for this tiny gift. He does not look happy. Roland closed his eyes and hoped and wished as hard as he could for a bigger gift. And when he opened his eyes, there was a bigger gift. "You call that big?" Roland asked. He had been wishing for something much bigger. He closed his eyes and wished a little harder. "Ha! That isn't much bigger than me," said Roland. "And I'm not very big." "I want a bigger gift." "Big? That's not even as big as my house." "When I say big, I mean big," he yelled. Roland stomped off. Sure, there was a bigger gift for him somewhere. In the distance, he saw the present wedged between two buildings. Now that, Roland thought, that is pretty big, but still not big enough. My goodness. Roland was determined, so he set off to search the universe. He went to blast off into space to search the universe. He searched and searched, but all he could see were billions of stars. Roland peered into his telescope. He could just make out a tiny dot in the distance. Earth, his home, his family, now just a speck, growing smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. See, boys and girls, you can see the dot. That's his home, Earth. And as he goes farther away from it, it becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. Roland realized that he was very, very far from home, and that if he waited a heartbeat longer, that little dot would disappear. Roland never thought he'd want something so small, so badly. He closed his eyes and hoped and wished with all his might for that tiny speck, the smallest gift. So now he's wishing for the smallest gift, that tiny speck. As the rocket headed toward home, the dot grew bigger and bigger and bigger. As Roland's rocket landed gently, he realized that the smallest speck was his biggest gift. Roland was home. The end. So you see, boys and girls, it's okay to want gifts. It's okay to ask for gifts, but the important things are the gifts that we already have. The gifts of family and friends who love us. The gifts of a home to shelter us. The gift of warm clothes to keep us warm. These are the important gifts, the things we already have. I hope you have fun today. Maybe get out and play in the snow. And we'll talk more about Christmas next week. Have a great day, boys and girls.